closing doors, please.
Two black men are dead after encounters with police in Minnesota and Louisiana, and social media has sent both of their stories viral. Now, even President Obama weighing in.
Thank you so much. I'm filming a documentary on New York City. This is current events. I'm not making money off of this. This is just for.
I respect that. Some people here are genuinely interested in what's going on in our community, but there's too many people. I saw people from Telemundo, from ABC News, that are just gonna go back and interpret the story based on how they want to interpret it.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license.
Reynolds says Castile told police he was carrying a licensed firearm, and when he was reaching for his ID as requested, he was shot multiple times by a police officer.
In the past 48 hours, 4 African-American gentlemen killed by the police, and that's what they're down here protesting right now.
Her cell phone video captured the shooting death of another black man, Alton Sterling, in Baton Rouge, after he was pinned down by police outside a convenience store where he was selling CDs at the time. Sterling did have a gun, and police responding to a call about Sterling say they feared for their lives, and that's why they opened fire at close range. Both shootings have prompted passionate but largely peaceful protests.
I'm here to protest the slaughter and killing of black people in America by the police.
So I just kind of like hit up the people closest to me, and I was like, we need to be out here where, things are going down, and we need to be a part of what's going on in current events.
And my life shouldn't be a story, and neither should yours or anyone's, black, white, Asian, or indifferent. We all need to be valued on an even playing field.
Some people are really up in arms. Some people have more of a passive take on it. Some people are really neutral.
What we need is a leader, which we don't have primarily. We need somebody to show us the way.
I showed my mom a video of Alton Sterling, and she was like, why are you watching that? Like, don't watch that. That's really scary. And I'm like, but Mom, it's the reality of the situation. Like, there's so much ignorance, I think.
Because the media is controlled mainly by white corporations, our stories and our perspectives aren't being told in a proportionate manner.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are really going to capitalize on what's going on right now. I fully expect Donald Trump to make a fool out of himself.
I don't know who for Trump or Hillary, I'm not sure.
And yes, we have a black president, but realize that the president only has limited power and is controlled by a white Congress.
This afternoon, President Obama posted a statement on Facebook saying, quote, "What's clear is that these fatal shootings are not isolated incidents."
If, God forbid, Donald Trump becomes president, all that goes out of the window.
I expect Hillary Clinton to hop on the bandwagon. I don't believe she has any sincere motives. She just does whatever's best for her campaign. So she'll probably go out there and say, yeah, Black Lives Matter, but does she really believe that? I have no idea.
You get quiet.
And I think that
going out and acting like the way we're being treated is, I don't think that's the correct way to do it.
And then we wonder why cops look at us the certain ways that they do, looking at us like criminals or like violent creatures or whatever, inhumane. It's because the media always represents black people as animals, as we're gonna attack you, as we're ready to hurt you. But no, we're not. I looked up like what are our rights as protesters, like when you're having, but love is the foundation, like being out here, loving others. And they don't show those nice images of us caring for our family. Not all black fathers don't care about their children. There are many black fathers out there working hard for their families. Black families are together. They know their parents.
And if we start a war with the police, we're gonna lose.
Dr. King said the riot is the language of the unheard. Like, people are rioting because black people haven't been heard, and it takes people of all backgrounds and ethnicities to come together and say, hey, there's an issue here.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted.
As soon as he travels to 112 countries and negotiates a peace deal, a ceasefire, a release of dissidents, an opening of new opportunities in nations around the world, or even spends 11 hours testifying in front of a congressional committee. He can talk to me about stamina.
She's still behind her.
Oh, you see it? It's clear.
More states can take advantage of this.
I think that they will win it. They're holding their breath and they're waiting on it.
As we come down on the ice, and right now it's 168 Trump, Clinton 109.
Last time somebody didn't win the White House while winning Ohio was in 1960, Richard Nixon.
We just got new metrics in. Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States elect.
I look very much forward to being your president. And hopefully at the end of 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, or maybe even 8 years.
Thank you. Be safe out here, please.
Some people say like, oh, the country should go down because he's gonna be president or whatever. But at the same time, if he's rocking the ship, if he goes down, we all go down. So we gotta do what we can, keep it together. Let's see what happens.
This is the most important thing. Every single person in America should have the right to live without fear.
Am I the biggest fan? Not really, but who knows? Let's see what happens.
I like how people kind of band together with the whole Trump movement situation, like the Women's March, and our cultures are kind of band together, and they're like not trying to take a lot of this shit. So like what's going on with the wall being disputed and put up in Mexico.
They're going to come in legally. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built.
I like how like Americans are kind of band together, like Black Lives Matter movement.
We are marching up Fifth Avenue to go to Trump Towers right now.
Why are we going to Trump Towers?
To protest the recent events. We've had the white supremacy versus protesters in Charlottesville in Virginia. So we are going to make sure that they know that they're not alone, and to march in solidarity together for the oppression not just of one group of people, but of all groups of people.
Put on a baseball, kid! You can take my picture home, masturbate. I bet you are.
We're near Trump Tower, not right next to it, but very near it in New York City.
And then why are we here?
Because our president has been sympathizing with Nazis and white supremacists for far too long.
Kill the person. Heather hired Charlottesville. They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you. And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Protesters that died and the 19 that were injured, that could easily be any of us, you know? We're out on all of these rallies all the time. It just takes one white supremacist to mow down a whole group of people in a car to really make you think like, but that's the reason we're out here.
It's going to be landing here around 8 o'clock tonight.
I'm here because I was horrified by what I saw in Charlottesville this weekend.
The Congress could go ahead and file the articles of impeachment.
And I've been horrified by this entire presidency, but particularly what happened in Charlottesville this weekend. The actual Nazis marching with swastikas.
He's not a well man. He's clearly shown that he does not have the capability to run this country effectively.
I was actually happy because I do think that there needs to be some change made.
I do too. I don't like Hillary.
But
I think he's an idiot too. I feel like they're both.
I'm not saying that he's an amazing guy. I'm not saying that he's doing an amazing job. I am saying though that the media needs to give him a chance, and we need to get the facts rather than opinions.
Donald Trump, do you like him?
Good.
Support him?
I voted for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I voted for him. The only thing is, they don't let him do whatever he wants to do. If he does what he says, it would be much better. But eventually he's going to do it because he's not afraid of nobody.
With the fact that he won,
Well, that's a whole different thing. Sorry to say that anyone who supports Trump, I'm sorry to say that you're on the wrong side of history.
I like him better than Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton would have come in, she was dead 30 years and she didn't do nothing.
Disagree. I'm black and I'm a woman. You think I'm like, come on, no.
He's gonna do whatever he wants, and you know, at the end of the day, we're still gonna do what we're doing, you know? So hopefully he gets impeached and that's it, you know?
Having your vice president as being Mike Pence, who strongly has a view against both HIV and gay rights, it's rough, but hopefully it only lasts 4 years and that's it.
It's one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, but it's the government, for the government, by the people, to the people, for the people, not for Trump. He's a fool. He don't understand the process of politics. You can't run a country the way you run a corporation.
One thing that I super appreciate about New York is that there are constantly going to be people rallying for what they believe in and marching and doing things.
For the women's march,
we can get involved and feel like we're
talking about
making a difference.
Yeah, Russia don't care about you putting sanctions on them. The more sanctions you put on them, the more they're gonna hack our corporations.
I was thinking about it on the plane over, and we landed, and I was like, it's one thing to think about Donald Trump as the president of the U.S. from Canada, looking at him on Twitter, and then you get here and you're like, he is the president of this place. We are in the place where he is the president, and that is unbelievable.
You attack America and you take control over their elections as to who our president is, that shit is scary. And the white man's so busy trying to hold the black man down that you're too blind to see what's going on.
Mayor Bloomberg, philanthropy, is going to be donating $50 million to Paris, so that way, even though we pulled out of what is it,
the treaty, the Paris Treaty,
that we're still technically in it.
If you're in charge of anti-terrorism and you only get 60, 70, 80,000 a year, and a Russian come to you and give you $100,000 just to turn your back, what you going to take?
We're all watching very closely, and we're all, concerned and hoping that things work out for the best.
A lot of stuff going on. Trump wilding out and things like that. He's trying to do the best he can, but I don't know. There's always an agenda for that.
Y'all are in trouble.
I just hope things change, and I see in the NFL, and I see the comments that Trump makes, and all of this, man. But there's a lot that's been going on, man, in this borough and in America, period. And all they're trying to do is make a stand and tell everybody that we just don't want to, be persecuted.
I just wish we would just all get along, man. It's just, who cares? You're black, white, yellow, green, it doesn't matter.
I think Donald Trump gets it's hard to say he gets a bad rap if he does it to himself, but I feel like people are a little over hatred on him, but he definitely deserves a lot of what he gets.
But a lot of things have happened ever since Eric has died, man, that really needs to be spotlighted, so that we all can come together in peace.
I feel like he would be a lot better president if he just first step, just delete your Twitter, bro. Just delete your Twitter. Stop calling the ruler of North Korea a little fat kid. Like you're gonna get us nuked.
With China, $507 billion a year in deficits.
Our president is a symptom. He's not the reason for. He didn't come around and all of a sudden Americans are racist. Let's not give him that much credit.
It's the money they're making off the United States.
I'm not very happy about the people who are running our country. I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump. I'm not a big fan of Mitch McConnell.
I have nothing to do with Russia. I never did. That
So
other
it's
deal is a
totally
big
just
hoax. It's a
in your-
hoax.
in
The
your
Russian,
view-
it's called the Democrat hoax.
He's in power for a short amount of time. It's the people who are keeping him in power that I'm more interested in learning how to bring them into a certain level of self-awareness so that they don't kill us all.
There still is a lot of discrimination that needs to be addressed, and I think in particular the problem of sexual harassment. I've done hundreds of sexual harassment cases, and I usually represent the woman who is claiming to be a victim, and I don't think people give it the seriousness that it requires.
This morning, fans and friends in mourning after the stunning murder of Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle.
can't make you reappear.
The 33-year-old born Ermias Ashkadom shot dead outside his Los Angeles clothing store. 2 other people wounded in that shooting.
It's not funny. She said she loved me. She thinks she loved me.
Hey guys, NYPD has asked us to leave now.
That was a big loss for rap game, period. You feel me? He was a good guy.
We're out here at Grant's tomb at the vigil for Nipsey, but greater than that, we are here to promote the thing that he was trying to promote, the legacy of peace and creating a way, a path.
He transitioned from fitting in to standing out, and that's what he do, that's what he did, and that's what we're gonna do for him. We'll keep it neighborhood.
Like, damn, you know, like, why they always gotta take the good ones? You know, they never take the assholes, they always take the good ones, so.
2 fingers in the thumb, you already know. All money in, no money out. Keep the potion in the ocean.
To Trump. The end.
Tonight, with the nation divided and all eyes on Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives impeached the President of the United States.
Article 1 is adopted.
They just passed a law in Texas. It's illegal to have an abortion. I don't think abortions are right, but I don't think anybody has the right to tell somebody else what to do with their body.
Donald John Trump be, and he is hereby, acquitted of the charges in said articles.
Breaking news in this Sunday afternoon. 5-time NBA champion, former league MVP Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash.
Tributes pouring in for Pop Smoke this morning after being fatally shot in Los Angeles. Chance the Rapper and 50 Cent among them. The up-and-coming rapper ambushed in a posh Hollywood Hills home early Wednesday morning. The 911 call came from someone on the East Coast.
This news here comes after a woman in Manhattan became the state's first coronavirus death. Both of them had previous health problems. And tonight, there are 524 known cases in New York State alone. A little more than 20% of those patients are in the hospital.
Everybody's around. It's like a regular day. The only thing is that normal here, this establishment is closed.
As of tomorrow, our public schools will be closed. In other words, to all parents who are hearing this now, there is no school tomorrow, and we will be suspending our public schools until after the spring vacation.
Effective 9 a.m. on Tuesday, all bars across the city of New York will be closed unless they serve food, and even in that case, it's takeout only.
Put your oranges and stuff in here.
Radiation.
No, we're doing the same thing you are.
Trump's gonna build a wall. That wall's gonna protect us all. Sounds like a good idea.
I took it seriously at first, but I'm not worried about it now, of course. Donald Trump 2020, it's a done deal. He didn't create the coronavirus, he dealt with it.
Trailer dead people.
Bro, don't listen to him.
On the Port Authority trip. Yo, you can't fucking tell me
That's
nothing.
negative shit, bro.
Oh, you gonna tell me negative?
They don't want to know about that.
And America's coming back, we're rocking and rolling. I have a portfolio, and my portfolio is higher than it's ever been.
He looks like a fucking homeless. No.
Yo, my nigga, chill the fuck out, man.
No.
We've dealt with coronavirus. Everybody had to deal with the whole problem globally as it came.
Floyd loses consciousness shortly after and was pronounced dead at the hospital. Chauvin now charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter. Lane, King, and Tu Tao are charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and manslaughter.
We're probably married.
This is just a snapshot of some of the damage the people will be waking up to in Soho.
High-end stores like Gucci, Versace, Tory Burch broken into and looted. Police believe the destruction is a result of organized anarchists infiltrating peaceful protests, finding areas where police are not present, and causing chaos. We did see some protesters try to confront the vandals.
Civil rights icon and Democratic congressman from Georgia, John Lewis, has died tonight at the age of 80. He was one of the original freedom fighters.
Actor Chadwick Boseman has died.
Yeah, you know, from Jackie Robinson and Thurgood Marshall to James Brown, he really just, I think, embodied, immortalized so many black legends. And in the process of doing that, he became one himself. Of course, he was best known for playing the Black Panther.
U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has died at the age of 87 due to complications from pancreatic cancer, according to the information that we are getting from the court. The court says that Ginsburg was sworn in as an associate justice back in 1993, appointed by Bill Clinton. She was the second woman to serve on the Supreme Court. She is the first Jewish woman to serve on the Supreme Court.
Our children can get dementia. It's irreversible brain damage. They should not be wearing these masks all day in school.
Why the fuck should we vote? This all seems worthless and rigged and hopeless.
You could never have done the job that we did. You don't have it in your blood. You could have never done that job.
I know how to do the job. I know how to get the job
Well, you
done.
didn't do very well in swine flu. H1N1, you were a disaster. Your own chief of staff said you were a disaster.
14,000 people died, not 200,000. There was no economic recession.
Sir,
you made
opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
How much you want to bet if they had put out, wear a pacifier to protect yourself because your mouth is shut, wear a pacifier. All of you people wearing masks would be wearing the pacifier.
And all that people know is what's relative to their life because we're all living in our own little movie.
I would say I'm jaded, and that's coming from an attorney.
Whether you're on the left, the right, Democratic, Republican, it's all a big mess, and I don't really know what to think of it anymore.
I don't even know if I'm in support of Biden because I haven't educated myself enough to know where he stands or how I feel about him.
A small group of psychopaths are trying to turn all of humanity and all of nature into a machine that they, as the technocrats, can then control.
Mitt Romney is my favorite guy probably in Congress right now because he looks at a situation from all different perspectives.
It's just the lesser of two evils, and it's more the same, and not much is going to change.
I'm independent all the way. I like to look at the situation, try to understand what's going on, and figure out what's best for the people and myself.
I think it's kind of messy, but definitely I hope Biden wins for the sake of this country.
I try to vote for who has my interests, but at the end of the day, it's the rich and the poor, you know what I'm saying?
As an immigrant as well, I think it's very concerning to have someone like Trump, especially because I live here for so long.
Trump he's unapologetically who he is.
So the three things to control a planet is the money, which they already own, the perception management, they already own all of the media, all the art, all the publishing, all of Hollywood. And the third thing that is now they're finally able to have their 10-year agenda that they've been planning for years. I've been following it for years. Agenda 21, Agenda 30, the Great Reset, the Fourth Industrial Revolution.
He says what people don't say, what they say behind closed doors at the dinner table.
I think it is the most immature election we've ever had. I definitely think women of color deserve to be empowered. I think women of color deserve to be acknowledged. But sometimes I do feel like he's using her to get more votes, and I don't think that's right at all because she's such a bright woman.
Kamala Harris, the first black woman on a major party ticket for vice president. The charismatic California senator, 55 years old, more than 2 decades younger than Biden, representing the next generation of Democrats.
Republicans are still stuck in their old ways. They still want to keep their old money. And Democrats trying to, make a better future for us.
They have technology now that is so above and beyond what we know about. The propaganda level of technology is targeting each one of us individually now.
What I will say is I don't know about coming out with a vaccine so fast. You know what I'm saying? Most vaccines take years to come out. So I don't know how they could just come out with a vaccine in 6 months.
The FDA has officially given the green light for the emergency use authorization. You'll hear the EUA, that's what it is, for the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine.
Well, there were long lines at polling locations today as New Yorkers voted early for the first time ever in a presidential election.
Scorpion. Johnny Cage. Round one.
How many people in your family died of corona?
And I'm out here, it's fucking cold.
Because last time I
Nobody.
thought 200,000 people. Exactly. So you don't care because you're not affected.
No, those people are dying with it. It's in their system. And then the media.
The president is a man who sat in the WWE ring and got his head shaved. And you believe in him.
Yeah, I do. Think about that. Because he believes in all of us.
Yo, Biden
believes in who?
Who?
Biden is a pedophile.
I prefer Lil Wayne any day.
Biden is a fucking pedophile. You gotta do your homework. I hope y'all know that. He's in it with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, wow.
No lies, bud. It's all there. Do your research.
I can name 5 riots caused by Republicans because sports teams won.
He's always chatting about economics and zebra. Dude in the blue knows that. That's why he's quiet every time he's telling him something. Come through. No, they don't want to hear it from a black woman. They really don't. I want to. They not trying to hear it from a black woman. Because we really is disrespected by motherfuckers like him.
No. Answer the question.
If you were black, would you vote for Trump?
Yeah, he's working with.
Oh man, good one, buddy. Thank you.
He's working with 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Lil Peep, Ice Cube.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
In case if a bad dictator like Trump rises up, everybody has guns and could fucking take Trump out.
Fuck that whack-ass bitch they just put in the Supreme Court. Fuck her. Shame on this country. Fuck Trump.
Joe Biden shouldn't have won already, but we have people rioting.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
I wish we could just all live in harmony and, racism could be erased, but obviously that's not going to happen, so we just have to keep fighting against it. And so that's what brings me out here.
Any woman in office is a step forward.
I do feel every vote should be counted, but I'm not a Biden supporter. I'm not a Trump supporter. I actually voted for Howie Hawkins, the third party.
So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation.
I said Biden 2020, fuck Trump. That's it.
All right. The race should not be as close as it is right now. And the only reason why it is because of the fear mongering from the DNC in regards to, we got to get the orange boogeyman out. I actually was raised in a kind of Republican kind of family. I mean, I am from Texas, and my mom's a Republican. She's a Trump supporter. Nobody won. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, doesn't matter. Us, we lost as people. The top 1% won.
Again, it's just not food. You're allowed to abstain. It used to be a thing, abstainers. Back when they started these colonies, the electoral vote is like a mess.
NBC News now projects that Joe Biden has won the Keystone State, Pennsylvania, and its 20 electoral votes.
And that means we can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected President of the United States. He is President-elect Joseph Robinette Biden at 77 years old.
Relieved and hopeful that Biden can unite our country. This is
justice. This is important for basic human rights and the future of our democracy.
We're in a better place today than we were like even this morning when we didn't know the results. So feeling good. Also looking to the runoff in the Georgia Senate.
This is Liberation Day, man. We've been under a dark cloud for almost 4 years. Now it's being lifted. America has a long history of being a racist nation.
Excited, we were crying and screaming, relieved. It's like the only good thing that happened this year.
And the founding fathers, Washington, Jefferson, Hamilton, they set the stage.
Family Black. Up your table!
This is just a small bucket of solutions in a giant like Olympic pool size of like problems. Like, of course I'm really happy. Obviously I don't like Trump. Trump was so bad he made me vote for Biden. I mean, I was a Bernie supporter, but I just had to do it.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Fuck you, Trump! Lock him up! Lock him up!
I feel great! Savage! I could not sleep for weeks, and this is the first time that I can breathe without feeling like I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna get hate crime. And all of these people in New York, and we're all coming together like I've never seen before. Fuck Donald Trump! Fuck Donald Trump!
I think it was scary thinking that there was a possibility Trump might have another 4 years.
I'm just excited to have a black woman in that office.
Fuck Donald Trump! Fuck that motherfucker! Racist ass! Ven a pelear, cabrón! Pinche viejo puta madre! Fuck Donald Trump!
Gotta be honest in that.
We beat that orange SOB so badly, it's incredible, right?
USA! USA! USA!
We're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world.
They like jeans, like cranes.
If you're rolling up the wall and you're missing the point, overseer.
Another thing I would say, Lester, is, as we try to figure out
Well, it looks now like the Capitol, the police.
Yeah, Pete, let me break away from you a second because things are happening very quickly.
The government did this to us. We were normal, good, law-abiding citizens.